acting is not about looks. They purely want someone who is able to act. Shocker, right? Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video on a topic and a question that I see so often that I thought I should come on here and answer it. And that question is, am I too ugly to act? But before we get started, I'm Sophia Lovelace and I post theater videos, comedy videos, and style videos. So if any of that stuff interests you, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below to be notified when I have new uploads. I upload around once a week, sometimes twice a week, so you do not want to miss out when I have those uploads. And I almost upload daily on my TikTok, so you might want to go follow me on there too. So I decided that I would come on here and ask the dreaded question, am I too ugly to act? So I'm here to tell you guys 100% honest advice. And to answer the question, am I too ugly to act? The answer is absolutely not. And this answer might shock you because usually when people think of the acting industry or the singing industry or modeling or just Hollywood in general, this is a surprising answer because we are bombarded with overly photoshopped images on Instagram and in magazines, so we just assume that anyone who is in the entertainment business is 100% attractive 100% of the time. And that is not true. And you know why that is not true? With all art, and especially acting, is to replicate real life or to replicate something in real life. So even if you are doing, like, let's say a fantasy movie, there is going to be elements of real life in there, usually with human emotion and acting. Nothing is 100% not seen in life at all. Art is literally meant to imitate life. And of course, artists use artist expression and other things to make it entertaining. But at the heart of it, art is to represent life and what it means to be human. Meaning that there is always acting roles for people that look like regular people. In the acting world, there is two types of actors. There is leads and there's character actors. Now, this doesn't mean that if you're a lead, you can never play a role that is written for a character actor. And just because you're a character actor doesn't necessarily mean you can never play a lead. This is just how the acting industry and casting directors distinguish between the types of actors they are looking for certain roles. Usually your leads are actors like Brad Pitt or Angelina Jolie, and they usually get cast in characters that are the lead and are seen most, have the most screen time in a movie or the most stage time in a play. However, if you've ever seen a movie or a play or a musical before, you know that not everyone is the lead. There is a bunch of other people in the cast that don't get as much screen time or don't get as much stage time, and it doesn't mean they're any less valuable than anyone else. And it doesn't make these characters any less important to the story or any less entertaining. These characters are known as character actors, and they are characters that are known for things other than their looks. So this can be how funny they are. This can be their importance to the story. Character actors include the best friend, family members, the store clerk, the barista, the villain, the pirate, the witch, anything you can think of that's usually not a princess or the high school sweetheart type. For example, in Harry Potter, we have the lead, which is Harry Potter, who literally has the franchise named after him, and then we also have his two best friends, Hermione and Ron. However, there is also a large cast of characters that are not the leads. For example, you have Snape, Professor McGonagall, Luna Lovegood, we have Lord Voldemort, we have Fred and George Weasley, we have Ginny Weasley, we have, literally the list goes on and on forever. Are you going to tell me that none of those characters that I listed are not funny or entertaining or add to the story? No, they are all characters that add and move the story and the plot forward. And several of these characters are also entertaining to watch. So even though they might not be attractive or young or pretty or whatever, it doesn't mean that they're any less valuable to the story, and it doesn't mean that the actors who played these characters are any less of an actor than Daniel Radcliffe, who plays Harry Potter, or Emma Watson, who plays Hermione. A lot of the actors in this franchise went on to do other things, were award-winning actors. Some of them were award-winning before they went into the Harry Potter universe, and all those roles in Harry Potter were very well-paying roles. A lot of them were able to move on in their acting career and be even more successful than they already were. A lot of them are able to live happy, fulfilling lives and have good incomes, probably from the royalties. And so that is just an example of, you don't have to be a lead in a production to be a successful actor. Because there are so many roles, the majority of roles, like I would have to say 90% of roles, don't require people to be attractive to play them, because the characters, their attractiveness is not an attribute of their character. It's irrelevant. Now that I have clarified the difference between lead and character actor, I just want to give you one more example before I go about how even if you are a character actor, you could still play a lead. So another example is a little bit more recent, but it is Joaquin Phoenix in the Joker movie. Now, the character, the Joker in that movie, is the definition of a character actor role. It does not require the actor to be overly attractive. It just requires the actor to have lots of commitment to the character and its emotions. It's a very emotionally taxing role. And it is not a role that a less experienced but attractive actor could pull off. It has to be done by someone who has loads of experience and loads of understanding of human emotion and interaction and psychology. And not saying that Joaquin Phoenix is not attractive, but if someone came in and they were able to do all these things and were super attractive, they probably would get hired too. But the thing is, it's not even something that the casting directors are thinking about. They purely want someone who is able to act. Shocker, right? And Joaquin Phoenix just happened to be the best actor for that role. So my point is that acting is not about looks. The casting process is more than just finding someone who is attractive. Like I said before, they need to find people who can act the role. And even if it's something that the casting director or the production team is super particular about, there is this thing called makeup, and there is this also thing called CGI. So they can literally fix anything now on a computer or with a makeup brush, so it is not the end of the world if you don't look exactly like they want you to. Because it is art and suspension of disbelief. It is 100% possible, and thousands of people have done it before you. All you have to do is keep on training and never give up and always go to auditions. And I think with that, I'm going to wrap up this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for sticking around. If you have any questions, make sure to leave it down below. I will get back to you. In the name of Dionysus, the god of theater, make sure to subscribe. You wouldn't want to make Willie Shakes upset, would you? And I think that's it for today, and bye!